Hey guys, it's TG here. As you can see, a little bit of a different video today. This wasn't actually the video I was planning to make today. I had something completely different planned. I still plan to make that video. Today is the 23rd. It's the day after the death of Ozzy Osbourne, which I'm sure to some probably isn't a shock. It isn't really a shock to me that Ozzy's gone. I think it's fair to say, if you live the life that Ozzy lived, making it to 76 years old was incredible, and it was only a few weeks ago that we had that fantastic back to beginning event here in the Midlands. Very, very cool to see. I didn't actually go to the show, but I did watch the live stream. And it's always hard when something like this happens. I didn't know Ozzy or anything close to that. I never actually met Ozzy, never had the privilege. But his music has constantly been a part of my life since I was a kid. And when I say that, I mean when I was maybe 4 or 5, something like that. There were 2 music videos that actually terrified me, really petrified me, that I couldn't actually make it all the way through. One of them was Michael Jackson's Thriller, which imprinted on me and made me a lifelong Michael Jackson fan. And the other was Ozzy's video for Bark at the Moon, which is a great video. It's a very fun video, and watching it now as an adult, it's very campy. But at the time, it terrified me. And it also intrigued me because I liked the song. The song was very good, very catchy. And it was kind of fun to me that this video could be so scary, but at the same time, the song could be really good. So I liked the song, but the video terrified me. And, since the age of 4, 5, whatever it was, 6, I don't know, I was a kid, I've known of Ozzy Osbourne. He's been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. I'm in my late 40s now, and I've never not known who Ozzy Osbourne was, which is, that's pretty cool. And not Sabbath. It was Ozzy. I didn't discover Sabbath until much, much later. So Ozzy's always been a part of my life and a part of my musical journey. I've listened to Ozzy's music ever since I was a kid. And obviously, I did a video on Black Sabbath Volume 4 a couple of weeks back. I'm a huge Sabbath fan, but also a huge Ozzy fan as well. So to say that I've been affected by his passing is kind of an understatement. Sorry for the ambient noise here, but yeah, I am outside. I'm in the fair Midlands. I'm not far from Aston, where Black Sabbath were formed, where Ozzy spent his formative years. But today I just felt like I had to be outside, touch grass, as they say. Think of the cool things, think of the good things. And I did I brought some of my I brought some Ozzy albums with me, because I just want to look, I want to listen to Ozzy and just be outside for a bit. So I'm gonna find a place to set this camera up, and we're gonna talk about some Ozzy records. All right, guys, so completely different setup, as I said. I'm outside. I just wanted to be outside today. I'm sad, but sad. If it's possible to be sad in a positive way, that's what I am, because Ozzy's music, him as a person, him as a character, it has meant so much to me, as I'm sure it has to so many of you out there as well. And I don't have a favorite Ozzy album per se, but the ones that stick with me the most are kind of like the early ones. So This album right here, I don't even know how long I've had Blizzard of Oz. It's just, it's always been there. Like, it's always been a part of my record collection is to have Blizzard of Oz. And then obviously we've got the follow-up Diary of a Madman, which just the cover on this album, I still get a kick out of this. And then the album that literally terrified me, Bark at the Moon. And this is the 40th anniversary edition on translucent blue vinyl. But you know, this album right here, and there's it was cool about this. This is an old pressing. I think this is a first pressing, but look at that right there. Look at that Murderer's Row right there. Just what a motley crew. And sorry, I'm facing some technical troubles. I now know why people don't film outside. It's tricky. But this is the original poster that came in Blizzard of Oz, and it's been used. Like, whoever had this album before me used this. They put this on their wall and they looked at this poster, and it's just, I love things like this. I don't need mint. I don't want mint. I want my records to be loved, especially, like, you know, old school versions. And this one came with a poster, and it does come with a printed in a sleeve, lyrics on one side, logo, and it is on the Jet label, so you can see that there. Now, this video is not professional in any way, shape or form. It seems silly to say that because you can clearly see it, but I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna listen to all these albums in order. We'll probably listen to a few more. This is Diary of a Madman. I don't actually know. I picked this one up like a few years ago. This is just a reissue, but this is the 2011 reissue. It's on the Jet Records label. It sounds good. It's not an original. But Bark at the Moon, I'm almost positive I have two of these. I'm pretty sure I have an original version of this somewhere as well, but I couldn't lay my hands on it this morning. But what you've got here is the RSD Essential. And RSD Essentials, what that basically is Record Store Day, the entity chooses albums that they deem have like merit or worth, and they will release them. So it won't necessarily be released on Record Store Day, but it will be released to independent record stores. So, you know, Bark at the Moon was one of those albums, and it's really cool. Comes with printed in a sleeve like the original. Band photo one side, lyrics on the other, and this one also comes with a cool poster as well, which the stuff of nightmares for a young TG, but now an older TG just looks at and has really fond memories, because, you know, I didn't like being scared as a kid. I really didn't. But now, you know, like I watched this video. My 6-year-old daughter's seen this video and she just thought it was funny. And it does come on that nice cold blue vinyl. So yeah, I might even go home and throw on Bark at the Moon. Just watch the video and enjoy. So all I can say is that I am so incredibly grateful for all the memories, all the music. I have been fortunate enough to spend over 40 years of my life as an Ozzy fan. I'll never stop being an Ozzy fan, and I'm just grateful. I love you, Oz, wherever you are. Just keep doing it, my man.